Hello everyone, welcome to today's webinar, Seamless Business Collaboration, Connecting with Other Units Through Your Branded Portal. Let me first of all introduce myself. So I'm LEXZUR, the training manager here at LEXZUR. Thank you for taking time out and being here today. We'll be running a live Q&A at the end of the webinar, so you can ask all your questions. And if you miss anything, don't worry, we'll be sending around the on-demand recording when it's available. Now let me share my screen. So basically, the purpose of this webinar is to learn practical strategies for streamlined communication across departments. So you can discover how the client portal can serve as a central hub of collaboration, enabling more efficient workflows and achieving common goals. So basically, the client portal will help you connect and communicate with the clients and with the other business units. So the requester can quickly request any matter, any task, contracts directly through the portal. And he can as well follow up on all pending requests to see what updates have occurred without the needs to reach out via email or via call. So the key topics that should be covered in today's webinar is how you can manage the client portal users, how you can start the collaboration, and where the legal team will receive the request from the main system, how they can communicate or update the requesters and share as well contracts with the collaborators to sign and approve it automatically from their portal. So first of all, let me go through how you can manage your clients. So basically, the administrator in the main system can do so from the system settings near to your avatar. If you go through the system settings, and if you already purchased the client portal licenses, as you can see here, if you scroll down, you have the client portal box where you can configure the client portal, add the request that should appear for the requesters with the required and optional field to be filled in by the requesters for both matters and contracts, if you'll be using the matters and the contracts, and how you can manage the clients. And so from the first section here, from the manage clients, you can add all the client portal users, all the other business units. So it can be from the procurement, from the compliance department, from the HR, finance, etc. So as you can see here, so the number of license purchase in my system for the collaborators is 10, and the number of license used is 9. So in the client portal, you have two types of licenses. You have client license and collaborators license. So for the client access, you have unlimited number of clients. For the collaborators, it's limited for the number of purchase in your instance. So in my instance here, as you can see, I have only 10 licenses purchased. So if you'd like now to add only requesters, as you can see here, you can, from the actions button, add a new client, and the type can be client or collaborator. So if this is only a client, that's mean he can request any matter, any contract automatically from the portal. If you need the other business units to approve or to reject or to sign a contract automatically from the client portal, they need collaborator license, as you can see here. So you should add the first name. As you can see here, all these fields are mandatory. You should add the first name, the last name, the username of the client, and the email itself, and the type of the specific client. If this is a client, a collaborator, or both. Of course, you can add more information to which company it's related or to which department it's related if you'd like to add these informations. The job title, the phone number, etc. Whenever you're done, whenever you click on save, automatically the client portal user, which is one, in our case here, one of the other business units, we receive an email notification to access the work, the client portal. So I will show you the email received. So automatically from, as you can see here, I can access from my email that I've been invited to the LEXZUR client portal by James. So James from the legal team, which is one of the administrator, invited me to collaborate on the client portal, and I can click automatically here on the button to set up my password. So this is the first step. So you will receive an email notification if you are one of the other business units to set up your password. And whenever you set up your password, you can now log in using your credentials. So this is the view of my portal, as you can see here. You can, from the main system, if you'd like to change the logo here, include your own logo, change the welcome message. So all of these options are configurable. You can do so. So I can now, example, I'm one of the other business units, and I would like to request a matter or a case or a contract from my portal. So whenever I log in using my credentials, click on the sign in, as you can see here, it will redirect me automatically to my portal. So of course, this is the first option. Or you can, if you don't want, if they received an email notification and maybe they are not aware of this email, you can automatically, from there, as you can see here, from the action wheel, you can flag to change the password automatically from the system, and you can as well share the link with the client portal user. So the client portal user can now, using their credentials, as you can see here, from my email, I can log in using my credentials. So whenever I log in using my credentials, as you can see here, it will redirect me to the home page, to the main page where I can raise any new request. Also, the design of this page is configurable. So if you'd like to include specific requests, if you'd like to include specific contracts using templates, so the view here of the page is configurable as well from the main portal by the administrator. So I can, as you can see here, based on the configuration on my system, I can raise a request related to a specific case, administrative, insurance, criminal, or request a new litigation case automatically from the portal. Same for the legal advice. I've included in my configuration specific request types that should appear for the requester, and I've included others, as you can see here, for the POA, for the contracts, for the agreements. So I have, as you can see here, subcategories. So example now, let's say I would like to request a contract automatically from my portal. So you can do so either from there, from the contracts or agreement, or if you have specific templates already implemented inside the system, you can request a contract from template. So you can request the contract from the main page, from the raise the new request, or you can do so if you go through the contracts agreements page here. As you can see here, I can access the requested by me contracts and agreements, and I can automatically from there request a contract or document. So I can upload a contract or document for review, or I can draft a contract or document from template. So if you're using some templates, you can use this option, or if you'd like, you can upload a contract for review and choose between the ones that are available, the requests that are available already configured in your system. So let's say would like to request any contract for review, or maybe a non-disclosure agreement. So you just need, as you can see here, to specify the contract name. So this is a non-disclosure agreement between, let's say, Bernadette and DLP Industry. So this is the name of the contract. The fields that will appear on the specific request are as well configurable. So you need maybe to add more fields to be filled in by the requesters. You need to include some fields to be mandatory or optional. So you can do so as well from the configuration of your system. And then, as you can see here, I just need to specify the parties. So let's say it's between a company or a person. So the party can be a company or a person. If this is already existing in your list, as we can see here, you can search by the name of the party, which is a person. You can specify the category. You can add more parties. So as you can see here, if this is a company, I can search as well by the name of the company. If the company doesn't exist, I'll have the option to click to add automatically on the fly and to add the company details automatically from my portal. If this is already existing in your list, you just need to search and then specify the party. Specify as well the category, which is a configurable list from the main system if you'd like to add more categories. If you'd like to include more parties, you just need to click on the add more. Then I need to specify, as you can see here, the date of the contract, the value if applicable, so you can include it in the contract value, the currency. So let's say this is AED, the start and the end date of the contract, which are not mandatory fields. This is optional. So if you already have the start and the end date, you can add these details into the request itself. And if you'd like to provide extra information, you can do so. As you can see here, the requested by name will appear automatically, which is me in our case. And I can attach the NDA automatically from there. So you can drag and drop any a document related to the specific request, or you can automatically from there search by the related document. So let's say this one. As you can see here, whenever I click on submit, I have now a new request added from my portal called non-disclosure agreement between Berna and BLP. And I can access the status. So this is still drafting. The priority is medium. I can access the type of the request, which is in my system here, non-disclosure agreement, and the parties, all the details already provided. I can as well access all the other details, the attachments, the approval center, the signature center. Of course, we'll do an example. So now the legal team or the legal manager will receive an email notification that a new request has been added by the requester, which is Elise, and to review maybe the non-disclosure agreement between Berna and BLP. They can access the request automatically from the email received, or they can access it as well from the main system, from the legal portal system. So now as a legal or as one of the contract team, I can access the contract added by the other business units automatically from the contracts and documents tab. So if I click on the all contracts, I can access all the contracts available in the system, as you can see here. And this is the one added by Elise. So whenever you see the green line, that means this is visible for the client portal, from the client portal. And as you can see here, I can access the requester. I can automatically from there, from the specific page, open the contract or the agreement by just clicking on the ID automatically generated by the system, or by just clicking on the name. So it will redirect me automatically to a page where I can access all the details related to this agreement. And whenever the team started working on the specific contract, they can initiate or they can change the status of the specific agreement. So the first option is that I can access all the details, and I can assign the contract or the agreement to a specific assigned user from the legal or the contract team. So I would like to assign it maybe to Carolina, as you can see here. If you would like to access all the details, as you can see here, this is a non-disclosure agreement with the priority, with the value, Maybe you would like to include the termination clause, the reference number, extra documents, etc. So all these details can be included there. And whenever you start working on the specific agreement, you can change now the status, which is configurable. So I've already added this workflow status in my system called NDA. This is not the default one. I can change it now to executed, to final review, to negotiation step, to rejected, to be approved, to be signed, etc. So this is configurable as well from the main system. So whenever I change the workflow status in the main system from the legal team, I change the assignee, and maybe I'd like to request additional information from the other business units, from the requester. I can automatically, from the main system, if I go through the notes section, I can add my comments. So please provide additional information or maybe specific information. And if this is an internal comment for the legal team, or if you'd like to be visible from the client portal as well. So if this is visible from the client portal and I added the note, the requester will receive an email notification to access the note added by James from the legal team. And this is how you can collaborate with the on a specific contract with the other business units. So you can now, if you are the requester, so because I'm testing, I'm doing this example and I'm the requester, I can, of course, I will receive an email notification and I can access the note added by James automatically from my portal, as you can see here. And I can reply to James' comment automatically from my portal. You can find or hear all the details. 1, 2, 3. Maybe you'd like to attach some file, you can do so automatically from there. And whenever I click on the add note, now the assignee will receive an email notification that a new note has been added by the portal user, which is Elise, and this is the comment. As you can see here as well, the status will appear for the requester. So it's now under the negotiation step. You can access as well the assigned to user. So I've changed all these details from the main system, but it will appear as well for the requester. So now the legal team can go through the attachments section from the main system under the agreement itself. They can access all the attachments. So if you remember, we've already, whenever we initiate the request, we've already attached this document. They can open the agreement, they can add their comments, and they can start the negotiation. So if you are one of the approval, you should be added in the approval center. And the approval center can be configured based on specific conditions from the system settings of the from the system settings by the administrator. So let's say I would like to add the first approver should be James, which is one of the legal team or contract unit. And then the second approver should be the requester, which is a collaborator. So it should be a collaborator to be able to approve this contract. Maybe a business unit or maybe a supplier or maybe, so I will add myself, which is one of the other business units from the procurement as an example. So now whenever I add these approvers, now James will receive an email notification to of course approve the contract. Of course, whenever the status is under approval. So if I change now the status, as you can see here, it's awaiting for approval, the contract, it's awaiting for James' approval, and now James can approve the contract. And I can as well, from the approvers here, set the order. So if you see here, I have the same order. So Elise and James will receive the same notification to review the non-disclosure agreement. If you'd like James to review it first and then Elise, you can set the order from the main system. So now James will receive an email notification to approve the contract, and he can approve it automatically from the email received or from, as you can see here, the main system, because James is one of the contract units. So he can open the contract automatically from there, or he can go through the attachments, open the document. By just clicking on the document, you'll be redirected to the, as you can see here, it will open in the Word for the web. I can add my comments automatically from there. So if you'd like to add your comments, you can do so automatically from the comments section, and you can add the document automatically from there. So maybe we need to change 1, 2, 3, blah, blah, blah. And whenever I post the comment, of course, it will appear whenever I close the document. I can now, if I click near to the document, if I click on the list of versions, as you can see here, the comment has been added by James, and this is a new version of the same document. The first one is added by Elise on the specific date and time. And now I can, from the approval center, because I'm one of the approvers, and this is my turn now to approve the contract, I can show the summary. I can open the contract or document automatically from there. I can send an email directly from there, and I can resend the approval email. If I'm not the approver, I can notify or resend the approval email or reminder for the approver to approve the contract automatically from the system. I have also the option to start the negotiation. So I can automatically from there start the negotiation. And if the negotiation is visible from the client portal as well. Whenever you're done from the negotiation, you have the option to approve or to reject the contract automatically from there. So let's say you will approve it. You just need to specify the approval date, and you can add your comments. So as you can see here, this has been approved by James, and the next approval is Elise. So now Elise will receive an email notification to approve the contract. And because Elise is one of the other business units and she's a collaborator, she have collaborator license, she should open the portal from the client portal, access the approval center. And as you can see here, now Elise can approve the contract automatically from the portal. So if I'm one of the collaborators, I can approve the contract automatically from there. So, of course, so if this is not, if you'd like to add more approvers, you can do so automatically from there. Maybe you'd like to change the collaborator as well, you can do it from there. And if I'm the collaborator or I'm the requester from the other business unit to approve this contract, I will receive the email notification and I can approve it automatically as mentioned from my portal. So same here, I can go through the attachments tab, open the document, access the list of versions. Maybe you'd like to convert it to PDF. So same actions are available for the other business units. As you can see here, you can access the list of versions. And this is the second version added by James from the legal team. I can automatically from my portal, as you can see here, open the contract, start the negotiation, reject or approve the agreement automatically from there. Whenever this is approved from all the parties, we can initiate the signature or the signature process. So if you'd like someone to sign the contract, you can, from the main system, go through the signature center. And as you can see here, you can use DocuSign, you can use Adobe Sign, you can use Adobe Acrobat if you have license to one of these e-signature tools, or you can use the LEXZUR signature as well. So if you'd like to use the LEXZUR internal signature, you can automatically from there use it. And as you can see here, you can add the signees. So the signees as well can be users, internal users from the contract team, or it can be collaborators. So if this is from the legal team, as you can see here, you just need to specify the label if you'd like, the order if needed. So I can set the order, and I can, same here, add the collaborator if needed. So same here, whenever I set these details, the signee will receive an email notification and they can sign the document or the agreement automatically from the portal. So let's say we'd like to sign it automatically using DocuSign. So if I already integrate my account with DocuSign to redirect me to DocuSign to log in using my credentials, and the signed version will appear automatically under the attachments. But for sure, make sure before going through the signatures to convert the Word document to PDF and to mark it as to be signed to appear in the signature center. So if I mark it to be signed, now from the signature center, I can sign the document using LEXZUR or using any other tool. So if you will be using LEXZUR, make sure to add the variable signature label to be able to sign it using LEXZUR. Of course, you can automatically as well, if you initiate the contract from the contract team, you can automatically from the main system, I can open any contract and I can show it, as you can see here, show in the client portal, specify the requester, which is maybe Elise or anyone else. And whenever I click on save, now the requester, which is Elise task, will can access the franchise agreement automatically from her portal. So this is how you can collaborate and communicate with the other business units from the client portal. If they are, as mentioned before, if they are collaborators, they can approve and sign the contract or agreement automatically from their portal, and they can as well access the milestones if this has been added by the legal team, or they can add the milestone automatically from their portal. So not only requesting contract, they can request matters and cases and access their details and add the comments the same way as we did with the contract as well. I can also from my portal add my signature, add a stamp, I can change the password, and of course, whenever you're done, you can access all the contract requests which is related to you. You can access only the awaiting for approval, awaiting my approval if there's any, and awaiting my signature as well if there's any, automatically from the portal. So that's it for today's webinar. Please, if you have any question, please feel free to ask your questions in the Q&A section. So please feel free to ask your questions if there's any. So in the remaining time, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the Q&A box. I think that we don't have any question. Again, I want to thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here today in the webinar. Please feel free to contact our team anytime if you have any question. So our support and training team are available anytime. Just send an email to support@luxzur.com or to training@luxzur.com, and we can ask all your questions, or if you have any bug, any improvement, you can do so automatically from the email. Thank you for attending the session, and see you in the next webinars as well.